This distinctive landmark behind me is the pride and glory of the county. Now, legend has it, it was built by a giant who set out to destroy the local town with a spade full of soil, but en route was duped by a local and dumped the lot here, thus saving the town from destruction. So where is this mighty hill of heroic proportions? Well, stick around to find out. In today's show, I'll be helping a couple who want to head to pastures new. But there's no wriggling out of work that needs to be done.
There we are. So you said you didn't mind doing a bathroom.
No, it's girls ganging up on me now.
But could the mystery house throw all that out of the window?
I like the new you.
I'm in rural Shropshire, and this is the legendary Wrekin, said to be the inspiration for Tolkien's Middle-earth. Now, as a young local lad, he'd regularly hike the 407 metres to the summit. And if you were to do it today, you'd be rewarded not with wizards and hobbits, but with views of a staggering 17 counties in England and Wales. Lying on the English-Welsh border, Shropshire is our largest landlocked county and one of the most sparsely populated. Alongside its breathtaking farming landscape, this county holds on to a rich architectural heritage which spans centuries, from the Norman remains of Ludlow Castle to Ironbridge Gorge, given World Heritage status by UNESCO in 1986 in recognition of Thomas Telford's 18th century feat of engineering. At its heart is the county town of Shrewsbury, packed with medieval timber-framed black and white buildings. The south is peppered with pretty villages and the historic town of Ludlow, a real cultural hub and foodie's heaven. Now, although Shropshire's house prices on average are almost 4% below the national level, that doesn't tell the full story. Those looking to buy in the picturesque south will pay between 10 and 15% more than the commuter belt in the north, where recent unemployment has kept house prices down. But country-wise, there are some fabulous properties to be had. So let's take a look at what's currently on the market. For a sprawling country pile, look no further than the 6-bedroom Grade 2 listed vicarage in Coalbrookdale, priced at £850,000. The 3 opulent reception rooms are complemented by its modern but elegant kitchen. Outside the 3/4 acre grounds look out over the Dale Valley. £600,000 will get you a slice of traditional Shropshire in the form of this 4-bedroom timbered farmhouse in Sheriff Hales. Grade 2 listed and lovingly maintained, it has stacks of original features which blend well with the contemporary decor. Outside its 2 acres of gardens and paddock look out over open fields. This 3-bedroom listed cottage in Leighton could be yours for £350,000. Its 16th century beams give it that warm character feel, and the pretty garden houses outbuildings with great conversion potential. There's certainly a good range of properties on offer here in Shropshire, but it's time now to find out what this week's buyers are after. Since marrying 11 years ago, Alan and Gillian have lived in their 5-bedroom house on the outskirts of St Neots, Cambridgeshire. But now that Alan is retired and Gillian is hoping to work part-time, they're ready for a gear change.
We're looking for a fairly relaxed, lazy lifestyle, to be honest.
Slowing down, hopefully spending sort of half days at home now.
It's time for us to spend more time together now.
He makes an excellent house husband, but I would like to come back and supervise.
Location is key to their quieter lifestyle.
I think we're looking very much for a very rural setting, edge of village location, or maybe 2 or 3 miles outside, somewhere that's very peaceful.
Sheep as neighbours.
Definitely sheep as neighbours, please.
But that's not the only reason they've settled on Shropshire.
With family being in the northwest and further south, we just want to be that Sunday lunch drive away from everybody, or within that distance anyway. We're looking for a property which we'd like to set up together, because I moved here into this house, and I think it'd be nice for us to put our stamp on a property of our own.
And it seems they definitely want to upsize in every way with their next house.
What we're looking for is a detached property, 4 to 5 bedrooms, very large garden. We're probably looking maybe to half an acre of garden, large kitchen.
Possibly separate dining room, same number of reception rooms, that's 3 reception rooms.
Utility, ensuite, the things we don't have currently, secluded area.
I've been playing the guitar now since I was 9, let's say that. Let's not give the age away. I have a classical and 2 acoustic guitars. The other thing which takes place in this room, is evident, is I'm keen on reading, so I have a mini library which would be nice to expand as well. So apart from having a bigger music room, maybe I could incorporate a library as well.
This is our current garden, which is not a lot bigger than a postage stamp. One of the things we would really look forward to is a lot bigger garden, where it takes me a bit longer than 12.5 minutes to mow the lawn, where we could put more plants in than we currently have, and possibly even a vegetable plot. I suppose I'm not really looking for a project as such, but I am quite prepared to put in a new kitchen, put in maybe a new bathroom, but I really don't want to start doing structural work.
With their current property on the market for £300,000, how much do they have to spend on their next move?
Our budget for the new property is £430,000.
Alan and Gillian have a very reasonable budget for Shropshire, which is just as well, because they're definitely thinking big. They want a supersized kitchen, large receptions, 4 to 5 bedrooms, lashings of outside space, and the only neighbours thereafter are the 4-legged variety. As Alan and Gillian want splendid isolation, our house search will be focused in rural pockets between the market towns of Shrewsbury and Ludlow. I'll be showing them some of the best properties their money can buy in the area, but I won't be revealing the price until they've had a guess first. Lastly, there's our mystery house, which is in a place they would never think of looking. Alan and Gillian, welcome to Shropshire.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the search?
We are.
Very much so.
Beautiful rolling hills, gorgeous countryside. So how well do you both know Shropshire?
Only a little. We've driven through it once or twice, but that's as much as we've seen so far. So we're hoping to see a lot more today.
So it's a blank canvas.
Very much so. Looking forward to it immensely.
Now, it's going to be a big move, but it's also a lifestyle change for you both, isn't it?
Yes, I'm hoping to, after the move, go part-time because I'm full-time at the moment. So it'd be nice to catch up with Alan's retirement.
But there's no point in me being retired if we move and Gilly's still working.
No.
What a lovely thing to say.
I know, he's lovely, isn't he?
He is. Because I mean, you've both been together a long time, but this is actually the first property that you're going to buy together, isn't it?
It is, yes.
How exciting.
Put my mark on it.
Yeah, are you very,
I'm
very
looking forward
keen?
to that, yes.
And I think we'll know if we see something that we both love, we will know.
Yes.
Fingers crossed, Shropshire will provide it. Now, the budget, £430,000?
£430,000.
Right. So are you both ready to get started?
Absolutely.
Come on
Definitely.
then.
Great.
For their £430,000 budget, Alan and Gillian want their first home they buy together to give them 3 reception rooms, including a separate dining room, a large kitchen and utility room, somewhere for Gillian to play her guitars, at least 4 bedrooms with a master ensuite, with a half-acre garden set in a quiet rural location. We're kicking off our property search in the village of Church Preen. It's a quiet little place, just a 6-mile drive away from the beautiful market town of Much Wenlock, with its array of independent shops and dramatic remains of its 12th century priory. Back in Church Preen, they would have 4-legged neighbours, along with a local primary school next door, if they go for this Grade 2 listed former schoolhouse. It was built in 1872 by the great British architect of the time, Richard Norman Shaw. So here is our very first property.
Well, it's certainly got features to it and character.
It's got the character, it looks lovely.
You've got the timber-framed gable at the front.
Yes.
Very attractive. It's local stone. And that chimney. I mean, when this house was built, can you imagine how far that must have been seen? I mean, it must have been the
Yes.
tallest chimney in the area.
Looks like it, yes.
Looks
'cause
wonderful.
It certainly has an impression on the building
Looks
itself.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's got lots of features. I know you like
I
good
look
looking
forward to
properties.
that.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see
Absolutely.
inside.
Judging from their reaction to the exterior, we've made a strong start. So let's hope the period features inside work their charm.
So guys, come on in. Through the hallway straight into the first reception room. So I know you wanted a music room come library. Is this big enough to be a library as well for you?
Certainly is. There's space
Oh,
for
yes.
the bookcases we have. They can go on either side of the fireplace, maybe.
It would be ideal.
My room.
Ideal.
Your room, tick.
My room.
Tick, tick.
Yes, I've lost it.
Well, this could also be the fourth bedroom for this property.
Okay.
Because it currently has 3, but you could perhaps have a sofa bed in here. There is a cloakroom just across the hallway.
Okay.
So there's a potential if you had extra guests
Right.
of perhaps putting them in here, should you want to do that.
Okay.
Right.
I tend to keep it as it is because I think it works perfect.
Oh, I think
It
it is.
will
and
stay as a music room.
Oh,
I do. I love the
you've
floorboards
won
as
the
well.
first round.
I know, round one.
Let's keep going.
Ding.
So, the all-important kitchen
With a range.
With a range.
with an electric range.
And it's got a sitting area, which is great.
Good. I like that.
Which is great.
You wanted a good dining area, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
This is good.
Yeah,
Big
and I
enough?
like the central. Yes, yes, it suits my
Oh, I was
requirements
going to say it
nicely.
probably could have been a bit bigger.
Bit bigger, but
I'm going to take your answer on that one. You
Yeah.
said yes. Utility rooms. Mm-hmm. They're high up on the list, aren't they? The wish list.
it's on the agenda. Yes.
Through that door, you have a huge utility room. So you've got your separate sink.
Oh, yeah.
You've then got another bedroom. That part of the property was extended in the early 70s.
Okay.
So you've got a guest bedroom down there with its own ensuite.
I like the sound of that.
So this is all working?
It's working so far.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Let's keep going. So that part of the house was where the master lived. And this part here is where the children had their lessons.
I'm sneaking a peek,
Wow,
sorry.
that's-
You're already looking
Yes,
through.
I'm looking through
That
it.
looks
yes.
nice through there.
Yeah.
Now, the current owners, they call this the snug. I think it works really well. But they did at one point have a dining table in here.
Okay.
And I know you were quite emphatic about having a good dining area,
Area,
weren't
yes.
you?
We want a
Yes.
nice dining space.
Yes.
Dining space, large kitchen, and plenty of reception rooms.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't wait. I want you to tell me what you think of this room, and you're already moving next door.
I'm sorry, we're already in the
Yeah,
next
we're
room.
all-
Well, shall we go through it then? Let's put you out of your
Let's
misery.
have a look.
I can see why they're so distracted by next door.
Oh, this is wonderful.
I love the light
This
that comes
is
in,
really nice.
especially from the window up there.
It's a gorgeous room.
Great.
And you've still got all those original features, as you noticed, the windows.
Yes. Actually, there's even a wood burner.
Oh, great.
That was one of the other things that we said we would
Yes.
like
On the list.
on the
On the
list.
list.
A wood burner.
And you love the big reception rooms, don't you?
Yes,
You do
I
both
do.
want plenty of space.
We do like lots of space within the house that we can walk around and enjoy.
And you haven't seen everything, because if you both turn around and just look up there, can you see?
It's on the small one.
On tippy toes, the mezzanine floor, that
Yes.
could be your library.
Another one. I get
right.
two.
I think you should keep the music room and make that your personal library.
Yeah.
Right.
Computer room.
The downstairs of this old schoolhouse has been very thoughtfully converted into a home, with every inch of space being put to good use, while enhancing its fabulous historic features. Let's explore what else is upstairs besides the study.
You've got 2 bedrooms from the landing. You've got a large double behind us with loads of storage space. Generous family bathroom.
Oh, I like that.
Very well
That's
decorated.
lovely. They've done that well.
And this is your bedroom.
And it's bigger than we've got now.
It is.
Oh, good.
So that's nice.
Nice and airy.
And there's nice views as well.
It's not an ensuite, but you don't have far to go,
But
do
we don't
you?
have
No,
far
it
to
isn't.
go. But I think an ensuite was one of the things we did ask for. But as you say,
Can't have
Compromise.
everything.
it's not far to go.
So this works for you?
So
Yes,
far.
I think so far. It's a house you want to keep going round
Yeah.
to look at bits. Yes, well, I think we like it.
I think we
We
do.
like it.
I think this beautiful property is persuading Gillian and Alan to compromise on that ensuite and extra bedroom. But outside, despite first impressions, it does deliver what they asked for.
In an ideal world, you ask for half an acre. The total plot for this property is half an acre. It's sort of separated into 3 different parts.
Okay.
You've got the raised vegetable plot, you've got the shed. You seen the greenhouse at the back?
Yes, I spotted that.
The greenhouse,
Yes.
Yeah.
which we did ask for.
We did.
At the side, hugging the property, you've got a formal garden with seating areas. Actually, there's seating all around this garden.
I've noticed,
And
yes.
then the majority of it is actually at the front. So although it's looking onto the road, it's quite secluded and there's no traffic at all.
It's quite a sun trap here as well.
So enough of a plot for you?
I think it is, yes.
So, wrapping it all up, you've seen the house, you've seen the garden. How much is the house worth?
I'll guess 415, 420.
Okay. Which one do you want to go for? Both?
415.
415.
I'm going to go slightly lower at 395.
Are you competitive, you two?
Yes.
Oh, that told me.
Very.
Alan, you're the closest. Current asking price, £400,000.
400.
So 30,000 under budget.
So under budget. That gives us some money to play with.
Well, why don't you have another one-to-one? Take as long as you like and I'll catch up with you a bit later on.
We'll do
Okay,
that. Thank
will
you.
do.
Thank you.
Thanks now.
Priced at £400,000, this former schoolhouse is impeccably presented and £30,000 under budget, leaving them a sizable sum for the retirement pot. Ready to move into, it gives them 2 adaptable reception areas with Gillian's wood burner, her music room and space for a library, a large kitchen diner with that range and utility room they requested, and a half-acre garden in a rural setting with countryside all around. So has this unique conversion won their hearts?
I like the house. It's certainly got an element of quirkiness about it, lots of character.
And that chimney is to die for.
Loved the kitchen, did like that. Oh, this is a good utility, just what I need. My one concern is the school. It's not something I was banking on when I wanted remote.
It's such a fabulous location and we have the perfect day to view this house. You both seen enough?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we have indeed.
Close that door and let's hit the road.
Shropshire's peaceful countryside belies its turbulent past, with the Normans strongly fortifying the county along its Welsh border. Over time, a number of castles were refashioned into homes, which showed off their owners' wealth and position. A fine example is Shrewsbury Castle, redesigned in the 1780s for local MP Lord Pulteney. Earlier in the week, Gillian and Alan met town crier Martin Wood to find out more about its historic renovation.
The castle that we've got now was built by Thomas Telford on the orders of the local MP at the time, Sir William Pulteney. And he wanted something a bit des res, I suppose, so Telford came in and built this for him. So this was actually his town house. But Pulteney also had a daughter whose name was Laura. And she was fairly religious, so she needed somewhere to go and sort of read her Bible. So Sir William actually got Telford to build her own summer house, and this is what she's built. And this is actually called Laura's Tower, still known as Laura's Tower today. It's actually built on top of the old original Norman castle.
Okay.
So actually where we're standing now, you know, this is where the old sort of Norman castle would have been.
Shrewsbury's historic streets are home to some 660 listed buildings, with street names that give clues to the activities that went on there, including a street of ill repute. But the focal point of trade was the market hall, built in the late 16th century by the wealthy draper merchants trading in woolen cloth. And around the square there's plenty of proof of the town's stature in Tudor times.
One of the lovely buildings that we've got used to be the Plough Inn.
Did it?
And yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it was a pub for about 600 years. The timbers themselves denote wealth. You look at the first floor there, you've got the nice cloverleaf patterns, the nice barley cane twists. That's all a signature of wealth.
It's a lovely building.
Superb.
And we've got so many of these. As I said, we've got over 600
can
timber
see.
buildings in the town itself, but this is by far one of the best.
Shrewsbury is certainly packed to the rafters with historic gems, reflecting its important historic and geographical position. And location is top priority for our house search. Our second property is in the quiet village of Church Moor, set in an area of outstanding beauty which I'm sure will rate highly with our couple. Less than a 10-minute drive down the road, Little Stretton has its own local pub and church with a distinctive black and white timber frame. Let's see if they think this Victorian farmhouse makes a statement.
First impressions?
Looks very picture postcard. Looks lovely.
Not quite what I expected, but
No.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. But it's not sort of hitting me and saying, buy me, or, to be honest. I'm reserving judgment at the moment, I'm not sure.
If I said it had 5 bedrooms, would that
I
make
might
you
change
want to
my
step
mind.
through the door?
Oh, yes, it would. I'd step through the door.
The formal symmetry of this period farmhouse is clearly not quite doing it for Gillian, but hopefully she'll be convinced by the space it offers.
So you've got a small hallway with 2 reception rooms either side. This is the first one.
I like the high ceiling. I like the height of the room.
It's a nice square room.
Nice feature fireplace as well.
A good start.
It's a good start.
Yes.
Well, let's take you next door because there's another reception room I'd like you to see.
Okay.
This one is quite a bit bigger actually, and again, you've got the
Yes,
high
it is.
ceilings.
Yes, it is bigger.
This is a nice big room.
Certainly like the fireplace.
That's outstanding, the
Yes.
fireplace. That's
Obviously
really
working.
nice.
Working fireplace. Fantastic feature for the room. Can you imagine
is.
on a winter's evening sitting
Oh,
I can
yes.
feel the warmth already.
hot as toast? Well, if you want to lead the way through to the kitchen, that might answer your dining issues. Now,
Well.
very few kitchens can
Well, this-
command a dining table of that size.
That's some table.
This is a good sized kitchen.
It is.
I mean, I could certainly imagine a kitchen going in here, a new kitchen, and making it a superb kitchen area.
We'll probably put the
But the dining room table would have to
in the room
go
behind here.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, that's his first job.
Right.
I can do that. I can do this.
There's plenty of room, and behind me, just over my shoulder, is a beautifully appointed utility room. I think it's the smartest utility room I've ever seen.
That is
It looks
very impressive.
massive.
Same size practically as this kitchen.
kitchen.
It's got a downstairs cloakroom and the entrance to the cellar.
Oh,
I like
right,
that.
cellar.
So lots of space with this downstairs of the house. But let's head upstairs and see the bedrooms.
Okay.
And I haven't forgotten about Gillian's music room. That's a surprise for later. First, I want to show them upstairs, which has a traditional layout and square, clean lines in all 5 of its bedrooms. Along with 2 single rooms, there's a light, spacious double room with another smaller room currently used as a study. And finally, a room for them.
So here's the master bedroom.
Well, that's a nice size, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a good size.
Again, super views.
And that's the reason you want to move to the country, isn't it?
Exactly.
It is.
There's some nice views from here, and it's bigger than the one we've got at home
It
as well.
is most certainly bigger.
Very generous space here. It doesn't have the ensuite. However,
Okay.
there's a single bedroom next door. Quite an easy job to knock through and make that into your ensuite.
That could work.
You've got to think about that one. Yeah,
That's
another project.
Project number 2.
Yep.
There we are. So you said you didn't mind doing a bathroom.
No, it's
Or a kitchen.
girls ganging up on me now,
Ideal.
keeping me busy.
Well, let me show you the family bathroom.
Okay.
Because it'll give you an idea if you did want to make the next door into an ensuite, what you could achieve. If you want to follow me.
I'm sure their ideas for the ensuite will be fired up by this bathroom.
Now, this is nice.
Wow.
Love the way they've done this.
It's bright, it's airy. Love it. I love the bathroom.
Well, they seem positive about the house now they've seen the amount of space on offer. And there's more in store outside with projects galore for Alan.
You have some additional buildings with this property. You've got the garage behind you.
Good.
That's good.
That's good.
You've got a barn that actually has a covenant on it, so it can't be turned into a dwelling.
Okay.
If that's not enough, you've got a massive workshop here.
Oh, lovely.
I might say workshop/music
Music room. I could see that
Could
coming.
be. Could be.
It sounds like a jolly good idea.
There's certainly a lot of scope outside.
Yes.
Along with the potential for these outbuildings, the house comes with more land than they asked for, as well as their idea of perfect neighbours.
Obviously, this is the mature garden, which has been beautifully done. But beyond the trees and the pines, there is that additional nearly an acre. Now, the current owners, their friends bring their sheep there to graze.
Oh, there you are.
So we would have sheep as neighbours.
Yes.
Do you fancy purchasing some sheep?
We have talked about it.
Have you?
It would be a possibility. Saves me mowing the lawn.
That's true. Now, I know you wanted a rural setting, and I don't think you can get much more rural than this.
This is rural.
It is.
Panoramic views, trees, birds.
Everything.
So, all that in mind, you've got to decide what this house is currently on the market for.
It's that time again, isn't it?
It is.
It's a difficult one, but I'm going to go for £410,000.
OK. Gillian?
I'll go slightly higher at 420,000.
I know you're both quite competitive with each other. Alan is closest.
Again,
Asking price is £400,000.
2-0.
But
Right.
your top budget was £430,000.
so it does give us 30,000 to play with
Yeah.
and possibly do something with the barn.
Possibly, but there's things inside to do first.
Oh, well, maybe an ensuite as well. OK.
So, on that note, why don't you have another look with that 30,000 in your back pocket to see if this could be your dream home?
OK.
Have a wander.
We'll
I'll
have
go and have a look.
We'll have a look.
Thank you.
OK, thanks.
Under budget at £400,000, this farmhouse has all the space and potential with £30,000 left over and delivers everything they asked for. 2 reception rooms with open fireplaces, a large kitchen diner and enormous utility room, 5 bedrooms, useful outbuildings to house Gillian's music room, and nearly an acre of grounds which they could invite the sheep to graze on, all wrapped up in a stunning countryside location.
My first impressions weren't terribly good to start with, but it seemed to improve when I realised how much land it was sitting in. I was very impressed with that.
You can see sheep there, can't
Yes,
you?
you can.
Put an orchard in.
Again, that's
There's
going
so
to be-
many options with this area in particular.
And you get to sit on mower then.
And I'd have to have a sit-on mower.
Well, we'll both play on that.
This is where the dining room should be.
I agree.
Dining room table, big open fire in front of here, kitchen to the left.
Then we've just got
directly
the
there.
one front room though, one lounge.
The utility room is to die for. We've never seen a utility room that big, and that gives you plenty of space for Gillian to do all the laundry for us.
So the tour didn't start off that well, but I think we ended on a high. But has it been enough? Just have to wait and see.
As the sun sets over the Shropshire hills, it marks the end of the first day of our property search. Armed with a £430,000 budget, Alan and Gillian are adamant that they only want 4-legged neighbours when they move to Shropshire. We've tried to serve that up with the 2 properties we've seen so far.
So we would have sheep as neighbours.
Yes.
But will they run a mile when they see our mystery house?
Wait till you step inside the door.
We can't. Let's go.
Let's go.
Is there anything in particular you both think you'd like me to be taking you to see, or perhaps anything you really don't want to get to see?
I'm still looking for my sheep as neighbours, and I'm still looking for something that's secluded, and I certainly would prefer not to have any major projects.
Our mystery property takes us to a location they specifically didn't ask for, right into the heart of a village. But Clumbury is one of the prettiest villages in the area, with a Norman church and nearby the ruins of its medieval castle. I wonder what they'll make of our mystery house, which is overlooked and has no garden.
This is your mystery house.
Fantastic.
You wanted character.
We've got that.
You wanted features.
We've got those.
This has it. It's Grade 2 listed. It was a blacksmith's with a barn and 2 small cottages which have all been incorporated together, built in 1650. But wait till you step inside the door.
We can't.
Come on.
Let's go.
Let's go.
My goodness, what a first reaction. They didn't look back. Let's hope they like what they see inside.
So come on through.
Whoa. Stunning.
This is lovely.
You
Very
like
nice.
large reception rooms.
We've got it.
This is it. And it is stunning. It's so well done.
It is.
It is beautifully done with the gabled end. You get all that light coming through. And this actually is an extension.
You can tell we're sort of
You are.
we are.
Absolutely.
I quite like the silence though,
And
because
I'm
it's
very-
positive
Silence is golden,
silence.
I'm very
yes.
rarely short of a few words to say, but this is it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Can we see some more,
You
please?
can see some more. You lead the way, Alan, down the hallway and turn right. A very good start. So here is your second reception room, completely different from the first one.
And just as lovely. This has got the charm and the character that we're looking for.
Yes, I think you can guess, can't you, in the original part of the building.
Yes.
You do feel you're in 1650, don't you?
You do here, you do.
Back in time, yes.
You can sense what may
feel
have
it as
happened
well.
in here in the dim and distant past. Is that a gravestone? We haven't got bodies, have we?
You spotted it. I mean,
under
you've
the
got
floor.
Flagstones here.
Yes.
And indeed, that is a gravestone.
Right,
When they were
okay.
renovating the property, they found quite a few gravestones, and it's where they used to practice, and they were just scattered around and left. So the owner liked it so much, he used it as a feature, and he's kept it. Now, moving from the old into the new, I know the kitchen is a very important room for you.
Yes.
Let me know what you think about this room then. Is this the type of kitchen that you've had in mind?
It's got oodles of character in it, and it's certainly got the space that I'm looking for.
Alan, do you do any cooking?
No. Next question.
Do you do lots of eating?
I do lots
He does
of
all the eating.
I do lots of eating.
But there's a perfect place for you there while Gillian's hard at work.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
And when you want your big dinner party, you're going to lead them through this way. Into here.
Oh, I like this. Yes.
This will work.
I love the feature.
Now, I know a separate dining area was so important for you.
Yes.
And its close proximity to the kitchen. It must be nearly perfect.
It is, it's ideal.
This is working very, very well. I think we're loving it, aren't we?
I think we're there.
Looks like we have top marks so far with the space, layout and character of our mystery house. And it's got the all-important 4 bedrooms upstairs. At the rear of the property is a double guest room with vaulted beam ceilings and a high-spec bathroom, and another double with its own modern ensuite. The third double is flooded with light thanks to the skylights and has access to the downstairs family bathroom. But we'll retrace our steps to the hallway and head up to where they would sleep.
Try that for an old staircase. The original stairs.
Terrific. Oh, that's terrific.
And this would be your master.
This is some room.
Now, this bedroom has the wonderful views.
It does, doesn't it?
It doesn't have the ensuite.
Right.
Can you live without an ensuite? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
There you are
Okay,
then you wouldn't
compromise.
need
There
to.
you
If there's only 2 of us, yes.
Wow, they seem smitten by our mystery house and are showing very positive signs they would compromise. We're really pushing our luck outside.
So I know you've both been impressed with the house, but you've probably gathered by now that it doesn't actually have a garden, but what it does have is this wonderfully secluded courtyard.
This is where the compromise is coming, isn't it?
It is.
I can see us possibly deciding to make that compromise on garden.
I think so.
I think we could.
But it comes to the crunch now, doesn't it?
It does.
It's only just gone on the market. How much is it worth?
It's going to be slightly over budget at £435,000.
I'll go 440 though.
3 out of 3, Alan. But
This is a resounding victory, it's not fair.
this is the important bit. The current asking price is £50 shy of £400,000. £399,950.
We can compromise.
There's lots of compromises there.
You have £30,000 left in your budget. You're quiet. This is the first time I've had him quiet. I quite like
Normally
this,
the
Alan.
chatterbox.
I like the new you. The mystery property's done it. Not just for you, but for you
Both of
both.
us.
Because this movie's about both of you.
Yes.
Now you've got over the shock of the price, why don't you go back inside, all around that wonderful house, investigate all those nooks and crannies, because we know there's loads. And I'll be waiting out here in the sunshine, so take as long as you like.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Now. Thank you.
That's amazing. Our stunning mystery smithy conversion seems to have swept them off their feet. It didn't have everything they wanted on paper, but with a dash of compromise, I wonder if I can smell an offer in the air. Well under budget at just shy of £400,000, it offers them 3 reception areas, all with a distinctive character feel. A large kitchen with that separate dining room, 4 bedrooms with 2 ensuite. Granted, it's only got a courtyard garden and is set slap bang in the middle of the village, but they love it.
The mystery property has just got that wow factor. It stunned me. I just love it. The whole thing. Love it.
The mystery property has absolutely blown us away. It's got almost everything that we wanted. The things it hasn't got, we quite honestly aren't really worried about now. I can see you in this kitchen. I can see us in this kitchen.
I can see us in this house.
So can I. This property has the character that we're truly, truly looking for in a truly lovely location. We probably couldn't ask for any more in that respect. I can feel myself getting emotional about the property.
Look at those beaming faces. Well, you guys have got some serious thinking to do, so let's get going.
Okay.
Among Shropshire's towns, Ludlow has played a leading role in the performing arts since John Milton's play Comus was first staged at Ludlow Castle back in the 16th century. The tradition is still going strong today in the form of the Ludlow Festival, with theatre, comedy and music events held throughout the town over 2 weeks every summer. Unusually, it's run by a team of over 200 volunteers. On the eve of their 51st season, I met up with festival chairman Jenny Vaughan to find out more about work that goes on behind the scenes.
So how are the last-minute preparations going?
Well, they're absolutely going fine. We're preparing now for our complete dress rehearsal tonight, which is going to be performed to an invited audience. Most of them are volunteers who offer something to the festival and not able to go to the production because they're obviously on duty.
That's a nice start, isn't it?
Yeah,
a little thank you.
That's it.
And what do you get out of it, apart from a lot of stress?
Certainly get the stress and certainly get the tiredness, but very rewarding. Very nice to bring the arts to this region, to have it in a market town such as Ludlow, where it sort of brings in trade for all the shops, the restaurants and the hotels.
Now, obviously, as it opens tomorrow, there must be some last-minute preparations still going on. But can I have a sneak preview of the set?
Yes, you can. Follow me.
Thank you.
Ludlow's rugged castle ruins date back to Norman times and provide a dramatic backdrop to their annual Shakespeare production. Although volunteers organise the events, they bring in the professionals to stage them. I'm meeting the set designer for this production of Othello, Philip Whitcomb.
How long does it actually take to design this?
Well, kind of start to finish, it's probably about 3 or 4 months, really. So we kind of come here midwinter and try and picture what the world is that we're going to create here.
Can you give us your idea behind the designs for it?
We're setting it within the kind of Crimean War.
And what about that impressive frame and the beautiful drape?
The central frame is really about kind of framing Othello, really, and framing Othello in the different stages of his kind of mental deterioration, really.
Philip's also in charge of costume design and has given me backstage permission to meet Judy McFarlane, who, as a labour of love, manages the wardrobe.
So I can see Jane modelling a very tight corset, I'm sure, boned as well. And what, you're doing, a final fitting?
Yes, we've just put a button on and we're just checking around to see if this is going to fit around her waist. But I'm sure it will.
And are you constantly making adjustments behind the scenes?
We're often having actors popping in at the last minute just before they're going on stage. They dash on and come and say, I've suddenly got a hole in my trousers, and I'll ask, how long have you got? And they'll say something like 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, ladies, I should let you crack on because you've got a big dress rehearsal tonight. I'll get out of your way, and best of luck with the festival this year.
Thank you.
It's inspiring to see how the passion of so many volunteers pays off year on year and enables the festival to be a recurring highlight in Shropshire's cultural calendar. Alan and Gillian's property search has given them lots of different options to consider, but I've a feeling they've got a firm favourite. Let's see if I'm right.
Guys, what a super few days we've had.
I know, it's been superb. The scenery's been stunning.
So the first house that we saw was an old schoolhouse.
The first impression on seeing it was, wow, this has got character.
The inside was very nice. The main lounge area with the Minstrel's Gallery was something to behold, and I could see that being a lovely lounge area.
It was very light and airy.
But you did have a few concerns, didn't you?
I think my main concern was the school next door. It's possibly the noise from children, the comings and goings, or if the school ever disappeared, what would be there in the future.
Now, the second property we saw was what I thought very attractive, sort of farmhouse. However, I was quite surprised when you both thought differently.
The first impression, looking at it, yes, my face dropped a little bit, but having walked through the property, then you could see there were a lot of projects to go ahead in there to make it ours and put our stamp on it.
There was a lot of potential. I'm not sure what we would have done with the barn.
You could have just left it.
That's probably what would have happened. We probably would have just left it. It is a nice property, but we could not see ourselves calling it home at all.
No.
Which brings us on to the mystery property. Now, we were driving there. When we landed in the village, I was pleasantly surprised.
Not as much as we were.
I think we had the biggest surprise, didn't we?
We did.
Yes.
The mystery house is wonderful.
The first room you took us into, that vast lounge, was fantastic. I loved the openness, and from there, the way the property moved from new to old to new. I loved the way that sort of flowed, so I was very impressed with that.
It flowed and it blended in. It blended in beautifully.
There were some compromises to be made there, but hell, sacrifices have to be made, and I think we were prepared to do that.
I think we're prepared to make sacrifices.
Sort of losing the garden, for example, because the hills are there, that's the garden.
So, having seen the 3 properties, what is the next step?
I think our next move is going to be to seriously discuss putting an offer in on property number 3. The mystery house.
Fantastic. So the mystery house did its job.
It certainly did.
It did.
It's certainly been an emotional roller coaster for us.
Yes, and I think the property has weaved its magic.
I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. Well, what a surprise. When we started this search with Alan and Gillian, they had a pretty clear idea of what they're after. But since viewing the mystery house, they've fallen in love with a property and a village location they wouldn't have chosen. Let's hope that offer gets accepted. Join us again next time.
If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.